Hello everybody, and today we are rating underrated Roblox games. Now this first game that we will be rating is called Dark Divers. This game has insane graphics and animations, and it is based off of another game called Helldivers, in which is an actual game that they just recreated on Roblox. This is a third-person shooter about killing aliens. The animations and graphics are literally crazy. So if you have a good graphics card and you like good story, this is and you don't really like story and you're more of a gameplay person, this is the game for you. And while playing this game, I realized that the intro cutscenes are sick. Like sick. It's really just a dungeon crawler almost, except there's multiple chapters, and the first chapter is Dark Moon. Your goal is to kill all the enemies, and your goal is to keep the galaxy safe, and that's pretty much the whole entire lore for the game. So there's always basic enemies, and then there's also the really because there's the basic enemies, except when they have bosses, they are crazy. See, now this is not a boss that I'm showing. It's the second boss of World 1. You're fighting these flying vultures, these alien vultures. The enemies are insane. The gameplay is insane. Everything is insane. You can dive even. There we go, we did that. Where is everybody? Follow the highlight. I think all of my teammates are over there. And sometimes you'll get snuck up on by enemies and you won't even realize that they're there. There is friendly fire. You can hit your own teammates, and it's annoying sometimes. And if you jump once in the air, I don't know. Hey. I like the guns and the armor. The armor is what gets it for me. Okay, and your whole entire goal is to kill intergalactic species. Except there's these cyber creatures like robots and stuff. And it's always high action, and it has really good quality graphics. So if you have a high graphics on like a high graphics card, this game is even better than what it would have been. And then there are the most insane bosses. That is a cyberpunk Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was easy to beat because my teammates were overpowered. So I'm gonna have to solo this mission again. And then and then you mark the planet as your own, and obviously in the storyline, you expand upon it. The game is a very good game, and I recommend it for anybody that likes action FPS styles or third-person shooters. And there are many different customizations to this game, like armor, for example, where, for example, I can equip this really cool white armor, and then there's also the classic dark dive armor. And you can get multiple weapons, such as the Dark Slayer, the Pathfinder, and the Doomsday. And there are multiple chapters to choose from, and many gadgets and weapons to be unlocked. Our next underrated game is probably the best on this whole list. It is called Derelict. Derelict is a Dark Souls style game where the future collides with the past. You are a warrior, you can be a swordsman, an archer, or a mage. And you go through different dungeons and crazy storylines inside of this game. So I could enter, and I'm usually playing as a swordsman. There are many quests, and story features and dungeons to go through, and a huge map to explore, and amazing character customization. The intro graphics are automatically crazy, right? There are a lot of crazy graphics in this. That's kind of what the whole entire game is a lot of the time. And you can customize your character from the eye color to your face, everything. It's a really, really good quality game. You can get facial hair, facial marks, and it's just an all... It just said that I selected extreme when I selected standard. Well, anyways. Yes, Derelict is a totally recommended game. I would recommend it for graphics, animations, gameplay, and story. And if you like MMORPG games like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, for example, you would love Derelict. Our next underrated game is Entry Point by Kishado. Entry Point is insane. If you have ever played Payday, you will love this game. This game is crazy, and it starts off with an insane cutscene that I'm gonna mute myself for. The story for this game is extraordinary. The gameplay is extraordinary. The characters are extraordinary. The ending is extraordinary. The beginning is everything is extraordinary. Every single chapter has a crazy story that goes along with it. And your character has an amazing backstory. And it is the ultimate Payday. It's like Payday, but with a Skyrim of a storyline. It's insane, my dude. So if you guys like Payday or any of those experiences, you would probably love this game. Our next extremely underrated game is called Helmet. Helmet is an insane body camera footage game. So the whole entire game is a door breacher style game where everything is taken into view from a helmet camera. It is absolutely crazy, and this story is actually tied into another story of another game called Noobs versus Dummies. Okay, so friends only. The year is 2029 when it first begins, and this game takes place post-modern day in Robloxian World War III. If you like intense games, it is usually really if you like intense goal-reaching games or anything of the type, it is really good. It involves a lot of strategy, and it is really intense. It almost feels like Call of Duty story modes, man. It's crazy. And remember, you're not the one that's playing in it. In this game, your whole entire thing is you are somebody after the map. Except we don't know who. That is watching footage of a helmet camera. So the whole entire game is, if anybody tries to run away or anything like that, you know, shoot him. Anybody doesn't move, you don't shoot him. There's a lot of puzzles in the tutorial, but you get used to it after a while. Like, for example, you might have to shoot the handle. Nope, that doesn't work. Can I shoot the hinges? What am I supposed to do? You can actually kick open doors. Hey, intimidate. I intimidate. So you can click F to intimidate, and E and Q switches your perspective. Okay, so you're allowed to fire at runners, and you don't shoot people that surrender. There are 3D printers that refill on your gadgets for you, and you use tab to open up your inventory and use stuff like zip ties where you can take hostages by looking at a hostage, and F. Our next underrated game is called Space Sailors. Space Sailors is a crazy, by crazy, I mean insane space game. So pretty much, your whole entire goal is you get a suit and you have to go to over to the island, in which we can see some light coming from in the distance right now. Except I'm just gonna head over there. So you start off by driving over to the space area, or like where the ships get lifted off. And, that's really glitchy, and that has never ever happened in this game in history. I was going to show you a launch, but it seems like it's broken. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. Maybe we could start another launch and just see what happens, because that would be pretty funny. But anyways, I am getting to the moon and I am showing you. Well, thanks for watching my video, and I'm on the road to 100 subscribers, so please subscribe, please subscribe, please.